Naked Heart Revolution is the go-to podcast for high-achieving individuals seeking to transform their relationships and life. Hosted by Jenny Bingham, an intimacy reset coach. Each episode explores emotional reconnection, personal growth, or business insight through expert guests sharing real stories and strategies. Whether you want to deepen your connection with your partner or elevate your business, this podcast delivers the tools and mindset shifts needed for lasting change. Subscribe to join the community focused on intentional healing and empowerment. How do you master your relationship? It's by having the higher knowledge of who you are, what you enjoy, something that really comes out. And if it's, let's say, writing a book, a memoir, a creative story, a fantasy of any sort, then that is something that will help you, because there's the internal joy, there's the therapy, I guess, about it. There's also the fact of the accomplishment, the description, going out there and really putting together a masterpiece. Now, Ellis is here to tell us her journey of writing a book with other authors and everybody putting pieces together in order to make it a reality. On a relationship standpoint, when you have something you're proud of, you're working on your own, that shows your independence in a sense, then the confidence builds in a different way, and you'll be able to approach your relationship with a little bit more eyesight, creativity, and possibly even more command. But first things first, if the thing for you is writing, either to be published or not published, either it's a story, a poem, or any of the sort, it's an expression that needs to come out. Perfect. Listen here with Alice's words. You never know. It might be something you collaborate with her. All right, later.
I love it. I've got the two podcasts that are going well. One is Wisdom on the Front Porch, by entrepreneurs, for entrepreneurs. I always have a guest, and we talk about the journey. And then the other one is Reading Between the Words. And that came about because I wanted to give my clients and other authors another avenue to talk about their books. So it's like, meet the author, hear the story behind the book, just to get more interest for them, because who doesn't love meeting the author, one of their favorite books, even if it's a business book, you want to learn more about that person and what they're thinking. And so when you get to hear the story behind the book, it's like, oh, well, that explains a whole lot then. I get it, and maybe get more interested in at least purchasing the book, if not, doing more with that person.
So how did this whole process start with you? Is it just an idea one day? You're thinking about it for years? How did it go?
Oh, no. So about 4 years ago, it was January of 2022. It was actually December of 2021. I was just looking at some videos on YouTube, wasn't in business or anything, and I saw this ad for a mastermind, and I had no idea what that was. I'd never been in this world before, and they said, do you have books that are gathering, that are crickets? That's all you hear. Nothing's happening with them. And I thought, man, mine aren't even gathering dust, let alone hearing crickets. And then it's like, have you ever wanted to start a business? You just didn't know how, or you tried and it just wasn't successful. And I thought, well, yeah, and if I want to sell my books, I know at least I have to have some kind of business sense about it. So I joined it, and it's like this whole world opened to me that I didn't even know existed. and it was incredible. Found out the 3 books that I had on Amazon, I took down right away because I never even had them edited. I thought editing was for newspapers and magazines. I didn't know you needed editors for books, which I'm really glad I took them down because they've been edited since. And then as part of the process, which you don't see here, is I have this big, huge award that says Kingdom Builder on it. And it was for completing. So we did, I think it was like an 8-week seminar. Then you did an 8-week or 8-week webinar. Then you did an 8-week academy, a training with them. And once you completed all the steps, then you got the award. And it's like, well, yeah, I want to complete the steps, get the award, but I want to really know how to make this work. And so during that time, I needed to do a summit, a webinar, any of those things. And I still didn't understand any of it. It was a huge learning curve because there were words I'd never even heard of before. I didn't know what they meant. They talked about a funnel, and it took me a month to figure out a funnel was just a website. I'm trying to figure out how it's all fitting together. For me, a funnel was something you used to put oil in the tractor or you used in the kitchen when you're baking. And so from the summit, anyways, I asked for people in that group if they wanted to speak on it. I only had places for 8, and I ended up getting like 12 people that absolutely wanted to be on it. So the other 4 people, I said, why don't we do a live on Facebook? Because that was something you could do too. So we did a live, and I loved it. And I did it again. And eventually it ended up being where I am today with a podcast. I still write the books. Being in this world, I found someone who said, how would you like to be part of a book? And I thought, well, yeah, of course, And so she would give prompts every week. You just write something, 80 words or less, nothing really fast. And it would be like you heard the key go in the lock and you had to make a story out of that. Or I knew this pumpkin was going to do something, so just weird little things. And so we wrote these stories. She put them all in a book. And then her book, the profits from Amazon, went to a nonprofit. And I thought, what a cool idea. So from that, I actually started the giving book. And every book from Amazon and my own personal sales, all those proceeds go to the nonprofit. I give people a place to say something. Maybe they don't have enough for a full book, or they just want to see what it's like, or they only have like a picture or a photograph or a poem, something like that. So the giving book gives them a place to do that. Now, I was doing it for free because I wanted everything about this book to be about giving, but in volume 4, I had over 55 contributors, and it's like I couldn't edit it all by myself. So I says, okay, from now on, I've got to get some help. So the last 2 volumes, and I'm doing volume 6 right now, it's in process. I'm actually charging, but it's $97. I mean, who pays $97 to get a book? That's almost unheard of. And so it helps cover that fee for the editor, plus part of that $97 goes to the nonprofit, still giving back. So that's been a lot of fun. But in this process, I still have the 3 books I started out with. 1 I haven't ever put back. 2 I haven't ever put back on. 1 is in editing. It was kind of a novella, so it's taken a while, and it's not a high priority, so it's going to take a while longer. 1 book is ready to be released this year. I finally got the title right. I got the cover right. I just haven't decided what I want to do with it. Thank you. Yeah, that's a process. But in the meantime, I have 50 books now, over 50 books. In fact, this one right here, Baxter's Heart, I love it. It's about this boy and his dog, but his dad's dog, which was a service dog, passed away. And he's seen that his dog is wanting to be hugged by his dad and petted by his dad, and he's like, what's going on? So we talk about that process, how the other, and it started from our own service dog passing away and how the other dog reacted. And I thought, you know, people may not realize that the other pets in the home mourn the loss of when one goes. That was the intention of the book. All of my beta readers said there's another purpose for this book, and it was dealing with grief and loss and what happens to the pet when it goes. And so that's just, I mean, the comments and the letters, you know, and emails that I've gotten from the beta readers have just been incredible. So this book is not going on Amazon. I have it on my own personal website, but it's going to psychologist, psychiatrist's office. It's going to pet crematoriums, to veterinary offices and places like that, because it helps children deal with grief and with loss and kind of the whole family. I'm surprised how many adults love this book. And I'll show you, you know, on the insides, they're beautiful illustrations, but simple words. I mean, there's nothing complicated about the book. And I'm surprised how many adults absolutely love this book. And so, you know, sometimes a book tells you what it wants to do. And it's like, okay.
How about you tell us what is the website? So then if people watching this can, you know, get your book.
Sure. You can go to books.by/LS Kirkpatrick. That's my name. And it has it on there. It has volume 5 of the Giving Book and Baxter's Heart. And I do have a little German Shepherd dogs and a little black dog, because Molly was a black lab and Baxter is a German Shepherd. And if you want the links to get those, and just, you can go to lskirkpatrick.com/Baxter and get a little bit more information about it.
And just to confirm, please spell Kirkpatrick.
Yes, so it's the letters LS, and then Kirkpatrick is KIRKPATRICK. For me, you know, I talk about value, worth, being enough, and matter. The value is all of your experiences that you have had in your life, the choices that you made, the choices other people made that have directly affected you and how you acted or reacted to those. That's your value. And that is yours alone. Nobody else will have it. Nobody had it before you. Nobody's going to have it after you, because that is yours alone. And that is where your worth comes from. Your worth doesn't come from your job, from your family, from what you do. Your worth comes from who you are inside. And that is enough. That's why you are enough. But that's also why you matter, because only you can draw from that to help somebody else. Nobody else can do what you can do. So you do matter. Worth doesn't come from your job, from your family, from what you do. Your worth comes from who you are inside. And that is enough. That's why you are enough. But that's also why you matter, because only you can draw from that to help somebody else. Nobody else can do what you can do. So you do matter.
Nice. Nice. Thank you very much, Ellis.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I know we will be chit-chatting more in the future,
Okay.
either in different, on like this, or in different circles. I look forward to it, definitely.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Thank you so much, Jenny. This has been so wonderful.
I truly appreciate you taking your time with us.
Absolutely.